Learning a new language can be one of the most frustrating things to learn because it takes so much time and effort and it's not a straightforward process. So in this video I'm gonna share some tips that helped me improve my English skills massively. First of all, I really want you to know that if you're trying to learn a new language, please try and learn all of the 4 main skills within the language, which are reading, writing, speaking and listening. And the reason I'm saying that is because I made this mistake when I was first starting. You see, I came to the UK around 4 years ago and the first 2 years were basically useless. I hardly made any progress, and that was for several reasons. I was placed in a class where we learned English and grammar with other students who didn't speak English, so I just ended up not speaking or interacting with many English people, and my social skills at the time weren't that good to be able or to be brave enough to talk to anyone who is not in my class, which was a big issue because my listening and speaking skills were really bad compared to my writing and reading, and even those skills weren't really that good because we only had 1 or 2 English lessons max every week, and that is nowhere near enough to see a considerable progress. So my first tip would be to go way beyond what the education system tells you and expand your knowledge further on those skills, and try not to ignore any of those 4 skills no matter who you are. Another thing that I think everyone who's trying to learn English should do is that you should really try to switch all of the content you consume to the English language. And by that I mean all of the people you follow on social media, all of the TV shows and movies you watch, any podcast or music you listen to, even the YouTube videos you watch when you're having lunch. Even your phone settings should be all in English. And I know that this might sound a bit harsh, but it's really important to immerse yourself in the language as much as possible, because this will expose you to a lot of English ideas and terms, and when you speak you will sound more natural since you are familiar with the language that people use on a daily basis. It is also essential that you make sure that you speak English every day, and I find having English friends is the easiest way to practice the speaking skills, since they'll be more patient and will not judge you if you make some mistakes. However, I know how hard it is to make friends with people who are from a completely different culture and language, but you can't just learn how to speak on your own, or at least it's nowhere near the most effective way to learn how to speak. So it's just a price you have to pay to be able to speak fluently. In terms of writing and grammar skills, having a traditional English teacher is always the best option, but as I mentioned earlier, they're not always available, so you can't really rely fully on English teachers. Instead, you can get those lessons from YouTube, since I'm sure there'll be a lot of resources online because the English language is extremely popular. Personally, I find it really useful to write any work that I have to do, like a long email or an assignment, and then let AI fix it. And by that I mean Grammarly, or the one that Notion has, or ChatGPT, or any AI, because that way I'll be able to see what mistakes I made and it will let you know what is a better way of expressing what you think. And if you want to learn more about AI or technical skills that will help you throughout your studying, I've made a video about 4 essential tech tips that will help you as a student, so check it out. Last but not least, I found reading books about topics I'm interested in, like finance, really helped me build up my vocabulary and exposed me to different styles of writing, so I highly recommend reading as well. Please let me know if you found any of these tips useful, and thanks a lot for watching.